Well, Maxtima is better than Rubigan, and Rubigan, if you remember, Rubigan was one of those fungicides that was kind of a love-hate relationship, and they hated it because sometimes they didn't get good control. It was an iffy proposition, particularly on fairways. On putting greens, we used to use it for POA control, and the rates to control POA were 12 ounces. You'd split it, 3 apps of 4 ounces or 2 apps of 6 ounces. Man, that's a slug of fungicide, and it would lock those greens down from a growth regulation standpoint. And that's where the hate part came in. And if the wrong guy was on the sprayer and he's overlapping, you had some horror stories that you'd hear about, and that was the deal. And yet Rubigan was the best we had. When Rubigan was withdrawn, we started casting around for other options, and we landed on tebuconazole, and tebuconazole is pretty rough on Bermuda grass. Propiconazole is pretty rough on Bermuda grass. We can get, particularly on greens. On fairways, it's okay, but on greens, it's not okay. And it really wasn't until Lexicon, Valista, some of those SDHI chemistries came along that we started to get something that wouldn't injure the Bermuda grass and give us pretty good spring dead spot control. Well, it turns out, at least in my trials, I can't control take-all root rot with SDHI fungicides. So here's the advantage of Navicon and Maxtima, is that we can get both diseases, and the timing is about the same. And it may be that for take-all we're going to do a spring application, because take-all can continue right on into the spring and into the early summer. Well, that locks in very nicely with the spring fairy ring program. And if you have turf safety there, then you can knock yourself out, and you've got the makings of a pretty good program.
BASF. We create chemistry.